Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Open Valorant series, of course, brought to you by our good friends XP, and not without mentioning our lovely sponsors, Intel and Computer Alliance. Might you get your hands on some of the new Intel processors today through Computer Alliance, if you will, and of course, our good friends over at Zowie. But my name's Chris, of course. Alongside me, I am joined by Two Tap Tony, who's looking pretty fresh with a new haircut, my friend.
Yeah, thought I'd get a trim for the show, and better to show some fresh haircuts, and maybe we'll see some in the server tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if we can see some fresh haircuts in the server tonight, of course. But look, we do need to take a quick little look. This is week 3, Tony. Can you believe it? This is the last week of our regular stage of the group stage. And why don't we take a quick look at where we've come from to get to this point? We need to look back at how this all began, how this formed, and what it looks like. So, of course, we did start with the open qualifier of 16 teams, which now progressed through to that group stage, like you'll see just there. And now it's the last week, so we get to see who will be our teams moving into the semifinals and what those seeding looks like. And then we have the grand final night, which should be an exciting one. So the best of 3 starting next week. No, this is the last week of the best of 1s, Tony. So, I don't know you're excited about that one. Get to see a bit more gameplay, a bit more lengthier gameplay. Get to see how these teams really shape up when we get to see the endurance. So excited to see how all that one works out. Let's look at our qualifying teams that did come through to the league, or to the group stage, if you will. So you will see that it's Rain, and then we had, that's not the slide I was quite looking for, Rain, East LA, Sanfam Fan Club, and then it was Fun Crew rounding out those rosters. So they're the ones that did qualify out of all these names. Of course, some notable rosters there, Tony.
Yeah, some very, very heavy hitters here, of course. Former exit, now Rain, as you can see by their lovely little logo there. Rain, as we said, a newly formed team, but, they've been around for a while now, at least a month and a half. They've had some experience. They've had a lot of official experience, and I have to say, they've been playing a few other tournaments here or there, and especially this XP tournament. Rain have just been getting better and better as the weeks have progressed.
Yeah, absolutely. They have been getting better and better as the weeks have progressed, and we've been really impressed with their progress and how they're looking, shaping up towards the finals. Of course, took some disappointing losses over the last couple of days, but looking to bounce back and get the W back in their column tonight. Let's have a look at the prize pool. What are these teams playing for? Of course, as we do move into the finals, that becomes the big focus for all of these teams. Of course, as you can see, their prize pool proudly supported by Intel. It will be first place, taking $1,000. Second with 500 big ones. Third, 300. And fourth will take a tidy little $200. So all that going a long way to supporting the growth and the length of these teams. Every little bit of cash helps for these grassroots teams who are just trying to fight face amongst the top teams in the region. And in Fun Crew and Rain, well, they're the real standouts so far throughout this league, you'd have to say. So excited. But let's look at the standings through the first 2 weeks and how all the teams are shaping up. Of course, this is only the 4 teams in this league. It was Rain who's got the 2 wins for 0 losses. Fun Crew, the same 2 wins, 0 losses, with a round differential of both on 11. So it's interesting. Rain and Fun Crew had the same results in their matches so far throughout this one, but they will be forced to take on each other tonight, Tony. So this will be deciding the seeding heading into the finals. So an important match for both of these teams, you must say. So exciting times ahead as we do head into the semifinals. But tonight, let's look at the schedule coming up.
Yeah, taking a look at the schedule here for week 3, as you alluded to. It's Rain versus Fun Crew, of course, for now. And then later on, we'll be seeing Sam Fam Fan Club versus East LA. That should be a very interesting one. Of course, Sam Fam, East LA, known to play a little bit looser than some of these more structured teams like your Rain, like your Fun Crew, like a few of these others that we've seen in some other tournaments. But Rain versus Fun Crew, it's a battle of the beasts here, battle of the best, and it's going to be an interesting one, I have to say. Rain, as we said, looking sharp throughout the weeks, and Fun Crew, they've looked a little bit weak, I have to say, fallen off a perch. We saw them play a best of 3, I believe it was against Honey Badgers in another league, and, Honey Badgers just absolutely swept them aside. Fun Crew looked completely lost in that series, and hopefully they're able to bounce back and show some good form this evening.
Yeah, that's right. Fun Crew have looked a little bit on the rocks of recent. So looking for them to bounce back this time around tonight. Of course, that's a really tough opponent in Rain. And I think we've said before, Tony, that both these teams really feel like they are on that even to the playing field at the moment, around that same sort of progress and level. But it will be really a matter of who can progress and who can take their game to the next level tonight as they take each other on. And so let's have a look at where the vetoes have gone, where we're going to end up. But we do need to look at the rosters first. Let's have a look at how these rosters are. We will have a look at the roster for Rain first. Tony, why don't you take us through this wonderful roster that really has blown our socks off over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, super team that's come together recently. Of course, you can see Icon, JTXU. It's actually Snow, JTXU, Panic, Punda, MyShoe, Exus. Of course, I believe Issa was in this roster previously, but he's gone. Exus has replaced him, so it's unfortunate we don't get to see Issa anymore. But Exus definitely been filling Issa's role to much length, I have to say. Exus in now for this Rain roster has been absolutely great to see. MyShoe's been putting up some great numbers. Punda, blast packs have been looking great. This duelist prowess that Punda brings to the table is just leveled up Rain to new heights. Of course, Panic, Snow, just very respectable and experienced players here. Rain just looking solid as a 5 overall, I have to say, on paper.
Yeah, looking solid as a 5 indeed. Well, let's look at their opponents tonight, who will be looking to take them down and humble them a little bit more. It will be Fun Crew coming through tonight. Of course, you can see the roster there. It will be Andy, who has been playing some really good Valorant lately, I must say. Northern, Freshest, Major, and then Yakuza. And then it will be Easy coming through there on the sub. So some interesting rosters, to say the least. This Fun Crew roster, Tony, it just feels like they're either coming in really hot or they're just really not. And this doesn't seem to be an in-between for these guys at the moment. So for them, I think they'll be looking for some consistency moving forward, but they'll be looking for that hot form indeed, coming up against a very tough Rain. There is the showdown. Of course, you'll see the rosters side by side, as we just mentioned before. So excited to see how this one gets underway. And we're pretty much just about ready to get underway, in fact, but we do need to look at the map vetoes, Tony. Look how they shaped up and where we will end up. Because, of course, you will see there that it was Fraction, the first one to go, quickly followed by Bind, Icebox, Breeze, Split, Ascent was gone as well, and then Haven will be the remaining map. Tony, what do you think about Haven? It's a bit of an interesting one. It can bring all sorts of gameplay out, but we know Rain particularly strong on this map.
Yeah, I feel like Rain might have won the vetoes here, especially on a map like Haven. Of course, Fun Crew haven't been playing too well on it recently. 55% win rate overall, close to Rain's very respectable kind of stat line here as I quickly check. It's 73. Very, very strong Haven. And Rain, they get to start the defense side. They get the pick of the side. And this is going to be rough for Fun Crew, I have to say. Best of one only. And they're going to have to pull out all the stops here. Because Rain, they've got the best side on arguably one of their best maps.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm excited to see how this one comes out. You know, this you've got to look at some of the names in play for here, and you've got to imagine, if you look at the side of Rain, it's going to be names like Panic and Punda that will be really key in getting Rain up and going. Whereas for Fun Crew, it will be names. You got to imagine Andy. He's the key to this Fun Crew roster really firing, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm keen to see what Andy can bring to the table, but I'm also keen to see how they incorporate Yakuza, who's been very willing to flex these kind of different roles. He's been playing the KO a little bit recently. Of course, we saw even a few other picks of Sky, actually, as well, from one of the Fun Crew players. But of course, we're now live into our picks for this best of one. And Rain wasting no time in the lock-ins. Panic, once again, to the Cypher. I like to see that one, but it's tried and true. Freshest on the chamber.
Yeah, I've heard you mention time and time again that Freshest is a proven name on that chamber, and it's really hard to argue, but sometimes I guess it can be his undoing picking chamber and some maybe unconventional maps for him. But, Haven is good one here. We will see of course, there was the latest patch coming through on chamber just this afternoon, really, wasn't it? So he will be reduced to just the one trip and a bit louder as well. So a little bit of changes coming in the chamber there, but nothing too drastic, just a slight change. Well, Fade is available. It looks like MyShoe might opt in. Wouldn't that be an interesting one to see? Our first opportunity to see Fade in some competition gameplay, but MyShoe doesn't entertain the thought, does go for the Sova. So, look, MyShoe is a proven player on the Sova, so it's hard to argue, I guess, you've got to say. And Punda, we know he's good on the Yoru. Will he actually look to lock that in? We might see the Yoru later tonight when we see Akana come out to play, so that'll be interesting. I'm excited to see that. But Punda will lock into that raise where we know he's just so strong. And he does go the Yoru. He's playing with us. He's playing silly little games. Andy on the Jet, Yakuza on the Reyna, Norsen on the Omen, Major on the server. Of course, that's Major, and then Fwesh just on that chamber, like we said. They're the team compositions coming through for Haven, so actually quite different, Tony.
Yeah, I was not expecting the Yoru, that's for sure. Punda, I'm keen to see how he wields this agent here, but it's interesting to see. Rain have identified, obviously, Jet nerfed in the last 2 patches. And of course, it's a little bit interesting to see that Rain identify that, and Fun Crew, they still want to stay with what works. And of course, Yakuza going to be on the Rain. A double duelist composition here for the side of Fun Crew. Rain just opting for the single, of course, with the KO. Able to flash your teammates in, so potentially can make your teammates pseudo-duelists with this KO at the helm.
And of course, we are just about to get underway for our one and only map, the last week of the best of ones. This is the last week of the group stage. Bit of a sad, it feels a little sad, Tony, when it's all coming to an end. You know, it feels like we just got started and already it's just about over. There's a song by one of my favorite Australian rappers. Actually, I'm not going to sing. I was going to sing it, but it's like, the lyrics go, I know we just got started, baby, I don't care. And that's what I feel like, you know, we just got started, but I don't care. We still got so much ahead of us. Everyone's welcome for that. That's free, that singing.
That's
and you know
free,
free, that headshot.
Absolutely. My shoe rips the head of Andy trying to jump off the window, and, well, Mike took a bit of early damage. So it goes down to a slither of HP, but Yakuza as well, trying to take that fight down to a slither 2. Fun Crew can't go to the C site now because the side of Rain have locked down. Yakuza is able to find Punda, peeking Garage, and that's a free HP heal. He's up to 100, but yet again, Exus trying to peek out from Heaven. Well, yoink at the flash, Exus. Quick pick to Austin. Fun Crew a little bit weaker now to this A side hit, but it will go down. Freshest with the Headhunter. Rendezvous is set up. The plant will be over towards the long side of default. And Fun Crew can situate themselves in a perfect spot. Rain, they've got 4 for this retake though.
I love this paranoia coming through. We'll get it on Major, but he's actually not there. Fwesh just gets the headshot with the Headhunter. Gets another one. Gets a third, and then Major cleans up the damage. That's the end of that round. You know, Tony, that could have easily been 1 member less for Fun Crew, but it's the painful reality of having going up against the Reina is Yakuza just able to heal for absolutely free after being, I believe, 20 HP just outside Garage. Gets the kill all the way back up to over 100 HP with a bit of armor to spare as well. It's just one of those painful agents you just run into every now and then. We'll see the buy come through. Bulldog, Spectre, Marshall, and a Vandal. So heavy investment coming in from Northern. Excited to see how this round gets underway as Fun Crew look to put the foot down early.
Yeah, this is what you want to see for Fun Crew. Rain, of course, just a pistol loss doesn't necessarily mean anything. No cause for panic just yet. You can see Fun Crew setting up for the C site. Camera is destroyed. Panic doesn't have any info now. So that Fun Crew have already walked up. They take Panic from side to side. Hellstone looking to drop some shots here, but it's Norton to quickly find another. Help easy. And it's all awry here. An attempt on an early retake from the side of Rain. Fun Crew just locked down. Marshall's shot from Andy. Punda falls. X-Sus. Now, Knife to the flank. He's cautious of a player that could come up window maybe. Norson is on extremely low HP, so X-Sus can get maybe a headshot or 2. Andy, we're going to be checking corners. Flawless. Go Fun Crew for the second.
Yeah, good round in the books there for the Fun Crew. Of course, taking that 2 early. It's starting on the attacking side, so a favorable start for them. They're going to be happy with that. Will be Fwesh off to that 3-0 start. I only collected those first 3 on his account in the first round. Major with 2, Yakuza 2, Andy 2, and then Norvs just there. I was stuck on the 1, but he does have the 3 assists, so a good start for him. Maishu and Exus really wants to get on the board so far for Rain, but they're going to be looking to amend that now as they do get the rifles in hand. Everyone rifle full armor except for Mai, who opted in for a bit more utility. And the Phantom light armor, that dagger coming through. Not going to connect on anybody. Elstone just holding there on the tight angle. Always in trouble. He opted to stay and trying to continue to take that fight, and Andy will get a plant for absolutely free, and they'll recover a rifle as well. And it's all falling apart for Rain here as Flesh just gets another one. Not looking good here for the Fun Crew and their first rifle round where they really need to find some answers.
Yeah, they're needing to find their way back into this site. Nice little fake out. Turn towards the corner, the flash comes through from Punda. Blind side, but Andy's not going to be blind for it. Shot from the Sheriff. Fun Crew playing this retake and this post plant perfectly. Some great shots from Panic. Still 3 for Freshest. And for Fun Crew, it's a third round, very much getting closer to those ultimates. You see Tour de Force start to come online here for Freshest. Andy as well with the Blade Storm. Exos does have the null command, but Rain, we said they had such a great showing to Haven and arguably won the Veto's Fun Crew. Looking to turn the tide of those statistics and will prove us wrong this evening.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect start. Flesh just got another 3 kills to his count on that one, so he's gone 3 kills, no kills, 3 kills in the first 3 rounds. It's all or nothing so far for him, as Andy now looks to go fast with the Blade Storm. I've seen this before. As they know where El Snow is, but he returns serve with the Paranoia, starts to try and get himself out there, does well. Andy now allowed to clear the site. We'll expect maybe a cheeky push here from Panic, and that could be all it's going to require. Swings out, Panic does cash in with the Sheriff, so that's a good start, but it's just going to be so hard against all these rifles. The decoy is good. Punda gets another, and it's all getting very hairy now, my word.
Yeah, my word. My shoe shot to Yakuza. Smoke is covered. Norson, it's up to him. Blindside comes out. He spotted up my shoe. But the Sheriff is in. Norson needs to be careful of the one-tap potential. Dart is out. The hold on the angle is good. Norson clutches it up for a 4th for Fun Crew. But that shouldn't have been anywhere near as close as it was. Rain, perfect on the eco scenario. Able to take away so many guns. Keep it expensive for Fun Crew. But of course, almost finding the round is a bonus. 4-0 for Fun Crew. But Rain, they've got ultimates and they've got room to work with.
I think Maya swung after that dart, kind of not expecting to see Northern swing into that one, but nonetheless, that's what happened. And it does take that 4 lead. The rifle's out once again. Maishu opting in for the Odin. I've seen some pretty dangerous Maishu plays in the past, but that one could be interesting as Punda cashes in. Oh, gets a 3rd on Major, and that's a good little fight back from Punda. It's going to require a bit more than that to take this down, though. Fleischer still has the tour de force available, always a dangerous weapon to go up against. While Norsen will be taken down by Exas. Tony, this round's over pretty quickly, and it's all come down to a brilliant play from Mr. Punda.
Yeah, what better time to shop on the Yoru than when your team most need the round. Freshest with the tour de force, but, you know, I always back Freshest in a clutch scenario, but a 1v5, I don't know if he has it in him. Of course, we'll be backing off for the moment. Does have 50 seconds, so, you know, could isolate 1-2 duels. Could look to potentially do it. Exus just going to be holding so carefully towards the window. Flashes himself to cross. That gives the info over to Freshest. That knows exactly where one player is. Let's teleport.
1 tour de force bullet for each player.
Yeah, 1 tour de force bullet for each player. We'll be wondering. Punda takes that teleport. Fresh just looking to walk up to the site to plant the spike down. And there it is. Punda teleport. Flank not checked. Punda 4K. Flawless. Rain able to put the first on the board.
Good fight back. Of course, it all did come down to Punda. 6-4 for him. Brilliant push down middle to get those 3 kills on the board. Continuing to look to explore and make a bit more of a breakthrough. Will it require Punda to be the hard carry this game, or will he get a bit of support now? All the rifles still available for Fun Crew, of course. Winning those first 4 rounds. You develop a bit of an economy, to say the least. Flesh just will to challenge mid once more. Punda, he might look to explore this option once more as well and potentially look for a breakthrough. No, he thinks better than that. He's not going to do it this time. I don't think he understands that. That might be just a once-off, at least for the time being. Yakuza will be spotted out by the 0-point dagger. And now it's a bit more of a patient offense coming in through from Fun Crew. Not really sure on where to push this one and explore their options. They're going to need to make a big breakthrough here. If they can get one more round here, they've already got Rain back on an economy once more. The Lear will make a bit of noise as they start to work their way down towards A. It was Punda. He teleported out, but he's going to navigate his way back towards this A side pretty much straight away. I think he was just resetting his teleport more or less at this point. It's a very quiet push. It looks like Rain not willing to commit to any sort of attack right now, but the dagger gets good info there, getting 2, and this could get very spicy.
Yeah, it's looking very interesting. You can see Norson receiving a bit of a wall bang. Odin in play for Mai. Hunter's Fury. Yakuza has found the shot in the Exos, knows that he likes to play Heaven a lot. Has read the position perfectly. Punda, blindside out to the site, can dimensional drift down if necessary, but needs to deal with these Fun Crew players peeking from long. And shots are waning through that window. Dimensional drift will be sent. Punda goes to the scout on the info. The blindside toss. And Punda is going to toss the fake. Yeah, they have sniped out Andy. Teleport to the back site. It actually will be a fake.
10 seconds left.
Elsno takes out easy, and now the rotate's over. There's a wire though in play in Norson. Not able to get to the site. 4 go 3, go 2, go 1, go 0. Fun Crew a little bit late to the rotate, and Rain able to hold it down by the skin of their teeth, and a lucky little wire there from Panic.
That's a butcher job coming in from Fweshus. I think he tried to toss the spike to Norson to go put it down. Missed it, and then that was their small window of opportunity to get that spike down. That was the round gone eventually, so a good fight back again from Rain. But again, Fun Crew buy into this round. Lost bonus now helping them on their way this time around. So 4-2, the scoreline. Rain still 2 back, of course, after it was a hot start from Fun Crew. Not finding the same success they did earlier. But not to say they can't. Flesh just understands that that is a dangerous place to be sitting. And now they look a bit more hesitant now, Fun Crew. Not playing with quite the same confidence. They feel like they've been humbled a little bit now, not going to be as free range as what they once had it in these first few rounds. They will have to deal with the carry here in Exos if they're going to be any danger. Oh, and Flesh is getting caught out, but that Yoru again, Wunded is able to teleport out, and that was an ambitious one. North getting shut down by Mai. It's already the 5v3, and Fun Crew really struggling to make this breakthrough.
Yeah, they can't seem to find 5 on the board as they keep going towards this A site and seems to not be working out. And Old Command Dart Paranoia, look at all the youth cell dumped onto the site by Rain as they come in full force. They drop the spike and they drop 2 Fun Crew players just like that. It's Freshest now the only member. A little bit more of a doable clutch scenario this time, a 1v4. The spike's in the hands of Rain. They've got it all covered. Freshest 56 HP 2. Exos looking to peek out towards long. Freshest not able to find the shots. They know his position. Panic has heard the footstep and will hit the shot. Third, the Rain. Valiant effort for Fun Crew, but once again they just can't seem to find that foothold into this A side.
Of course, it's Punda off to a good start. He's causing havoc. Like, Punda's not getting kills right now. He's just wreaking havoc with the Yoru utility. Of course, it was only a couple of rounds. The Dimensional Drift was the breakthrough. This is an interesting play coming through now for Fun Crew. Norzen, Vandal, Light Armor, really investing heavily into this round, while most of his team are happy to save this one. This could be a risky choice. I just don't know about this one. Is the money is now free flowing for Rain as they're winning these rounds fairly confidently and not really being required to spend much money at all. Only limited util. I don't even think they've been able to use all their utility. They're just wiping Fun Crew off the map so quickly at the moment. Again, Punda going to send that decoy through once more, and that's going to create... Oh, and Flesh just reads it well this time. Knows that that is the decoy. Now, Fun Crew, they start to take a bit of map control. They start to get a bit of A-side control, and this is a really bizarre round. They've got complete side control here for basically free.
And I don't think anyone knows that that teleport's in play. Punda wants to go to that back corner. Of course, one holding underneath. Double flash tossed out. And the teleport is taken. Punda's dropped to the site and nobody's looking for him. Absolutely nobody there. A double up from Punda, making the 3 from Mai and Panic to help. Punda, right time, right place. Flash is dumped to the site. Punda's able to come up huge. And Rain are able to find 4. They even the scoreline here. Fun Crew, they got to A this time. They were able to plant, but the post was a little bit rough.
Man, Punda is causing grief right now. I even think he got collected by El Snow's paranoia as well, which made it even funnier that he was able to stand there so long. and nobody know. I'm not sure if the other players got hit by that paranoia and they just weren't able to see and hear. Of course, it's one of the beauties of it. Not only a flash, but it eliminates a lot of his sound cues as well. And that was the perfect 1-2 hit. And now it's a 4-all scoreline. And this is getting away from Fun Crew after a hot start. And this is sometimes what we can see from them. We see these flashy starts, and then teams start to read and understand what's going on, and they claw their way back in. Flesh just not going to be able to teleport this time if the wall gets sprayed down. It does stand strong. No one breaking that, and Fun Crew stack out towards this middle type area. The lead could cause all sorts of grief for Punda right now, but he collects one and gets out of there. That is impressive stuff, Tony. Punda really making his statement on this game, indirectly or directly.
Yeah, he's just pretty willing it right now with this KO. I have to say the gate crashes have been properly set up. The fake outs haven't really had the impact you'd like for Punda at least, but of course it's really hard to sell a fake out, especially when, you know, the telling sign that it's a fake is it just stares at the one angle, just goes the one direction. Great trade though from Punda, able to trade a quick pick on the easy. You see, 4v2. But so far, spread Exos though. Quick pick on Andy. And Yakuza trying to swing lower mid against Panic. Not going to work. Rain able to pick up 5 back after 4 in a row from Fun Crew. And it's 5 in a row for them. And it's getting scary now. Fun Crew, how many more buys can they afford to lose before this just gets out of hand? And we could potentially be seeing 8-4 in the blink of an eye.
This is looking crazy scary right now.
This goes here.
For Fun Crew, who had this game by the scruff of the neck, but losing all sorts of map... They get this map control and they just can't seem to hold on. They're on an eco once again. A couple of... one Spectre, a Vandal, and then Sheriffs just to work with from there. This is concerning.
Take flight.
As, you know, Major will start to clear out this garage again, and once again they'll take map control. They've got plenty of mid control right now. But how do they capitalize on it? That's the issue at the moment is My Shoe. My Shoe, my word, gets it done. That's a big entry kill. I'd love to see the first blood statistics in these last few rounds since Rain started coming back into the mix. I think it would be very concerning for Fun Crew, to say the least. Exos is holding a nice little angle here from Ailing, just ready to cut down Andy at the knees if he tries to push in. As he does get the info now, Andy trapped in a bit of space. El Snow gets one. Ooh. Precious cashes in.
Great shot from Precious. Panic. Funny easy. Now, what do Andy and Precious look to do? Exos still over at 8. You can call the rotate from Mike. You can call the rotate from Panic as well. 35 seconds. All the footsteps have been heard. Exos just needs to sit in the short box corner.
Standing ahead.
Needs the recon from Mike to get the info necessary. Exos doesn't need a peek at all. Just doesn't need to give up his position. Andy doesn't know he's still there at all. And might have spotted. Missed shot. Panic hits his. Andy Bladestorm not going to do anything. 6-4 here for Rain against Fun Crew.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Another one. Punda, the first one, hit double digits so far this game. Maestro pretty close behind. Flash is having a pretty good game himself. Major's there or thereabouts. You've got to imagine this is the last rifle round that Fun Crew will probably get with full armor and utility. They need the breakthrough. If they can't win this one, yeah, it's back onto probably the light armor, rifle, maybe some Spectres. Lawson does have the From the Shadows, which he will use. Go straight into defense spawn. Not sure if they know, if they're reading it. Lawson does get one on Punda. Oh, and he might be able to get My Shoe here, but the Odin just reigns supreme, spraying it down, and he will be forced to retreat, and he will be chased. This is looking very scary now for Northern, but Major crept through the A-Link, and oh, he gets one. Not able to get a second.
And Yakuza's going to re-peek into that angle, knows that Elsnow's low, but the paranoia forces him back. See that Fun Crew are now a little bit scattered, funneled into the back of this site. 2 players coming. Rain, it's Panic with the wall bang. They don't know that Andy's there just for the moment. Elsnow taken out. Freshest though has the cross cover. Shock dart out. Odin bullets in. And it's Freshest versus My Shoe, but that spike is far ticked, and Mine's forced to back off completely. Fun Crew It's not the most convincing of rounds, but it's still one they'll put to their board.
Yeah, like I said, not convincing, but they'll put it on the board. They'll be able to buy
Last
into this
round before the
round.
switch.
I think the loss bonus probably would have been more beneficial for their buy, but the round ticket needed to go up. They will buy in pretty much full armor and vandals, all bar Norzen, who will go light armor. But from the shadows, proved to be a good little impact play coming through for there from Norzen. Flesh just has the tool to force available. Hunter's Fury for Major. But look at the full ultimates on the board for Rain right now. Dimensional Drift, Hunter's Fury is the null command from the shadows. So much to work with. Potentially just try and get one more round on the board, make it a 7-5 half, or will we see 6-6? It's going to be important for Rain to use these ultimates. You don't get to see the From the Shadows actually brought out that much on Omen these days. It's just not the most important part of his kit, you've got to feel. As the Hunter's Fury, an ambitious one, able to do a little bit of damage, but not much. And it will be a shape up over towards this A side. Can Fun Crew execute as Andy's already on this side in to hell, and now I've got a bit of A side control once again. You got to say this is the easiest side that's looked for Fun Crew so far.
Yeah, this is the best they've looked so far. You can see Hunter's Fury early on. My shoe snipes out Norton, trying to teleport to safety. Fragment toss, null command 2. Easy. He's able to dodge. Dimensional Drift. Punda is just going to sit up on top of the box, give the info to his teammates to go for the swing. Drops on in Exus, dies in air. The body hits the floor, the stabilized core is now so unstable. Rain able to do it with the double on the swing of the Odin from my shoe. The Odin more expensive than the Vandal. And you can see absolutely why Yakuza able to get Exus. Mai just wanted to secure the round. 7-5 go the half. Rain with a 2-round lead.
Switching sides.
There's a big clutch up there from Maishu. That probably was a bit harder than it needed to be for Rain, you'd have to admit. Had all the abilities going for them. For some reason, it just did not quite work. They didn't have to come up against any abilities to get on that side. It just turned into aim duels, and Fun Crew able to hold the right angles and get the job done. So well played to them. Played it perfectly. Shut down any opportunity for Rain to creep onto the site and get the job done. So we now switch over to Fun Crew, getting on this defender's side. Can they create some of the same magic we saw from Rain? Yeah, if you look at the team composition they've got going here for Rain, it's probably not as geared towards the attack like Fun Crew were. So I'm interested to see what it looks like for them this half. They don't have the double duelist competition that we saw with Fun Crew, of course, running that Jet and Reyna and Major. Caught in a bit of a funny position here behind the double box. Exus will take a bit of shock dart damage there as they do look to take on this A side. I don't think they're going to waste too much time around with this. As he teleports to hell, Major reads it like a book and gets the job done, but Maishu cashing in.
Yeah, Maishu double. Yakuza ending on a chance to use their duelist prowess in this round. Norsen, Freshest. Headhunter could find some shots, but Freshest is going to have to line them up. Paranoid still held by Norsen. Caged and smoked off. That's just the unfortunate situation they found themselves in this post plant. Can't really walk all too further without getting known, and Paranoia comes through. Exus holding on the flash pressures with the head. Hunter Norsen going to find the heads of his own, but 4k for my half charge Hunter's Fury, and an 8th round at the side of Rain. Fun Crew, not the start to pistol they want.
Fun Crew not able to get it done there. The attack too strong coming in from Rain. Still so much time left in this game though for Fun Crew to pull it back, get it together. Fuesh has been good so far. Mage is there or thereabouts. And he may provide a bit of magic on the Sova. Maishu's had a terrific game so far, and Fuesh with that Headhunter trying to connect. Does get a couple of bullets on, but it's not enough to finish the job, which this will allow Exus potentially to pop flash his way through. Drops that one, and here they go. Punda able to get one, and they will start to clear this side. Yakuza are only good for the one, and it's a bloodbath on the C side. Rain getting it done as easy as you like.
As easy as you like. Fun Crew forced to purchase bonus here. If Rain find this, it starts to get out of hand. Fun Crew. They're dealing with Mai's 20 and 6 charisma. This guy just shows up round after round, map after map, and puts up such big numbers on the server. I have to say, Mai's just been getting better as well as the weeks progress, and he's just slotting in this roster so well.
Yeah, I mean, of course, he was part of that roster reshuffle after the dissolve. Oh, as Bundy gets one there, he was part of that dissolved roster at the end of the season, and now they can't even break onto this B side. But they are making a way. Punda breaks it open. It's all down to the 3v2.
Explosive take, freshest. Able to fire on backs to the retake. Is good for Fun Crew. They've got Spike. Rain don't have it. Punda, he's deep at spawn. Panic's forced to take these fights on his own, and don't want to duel against freshest because that man's sharp. Very nice flick to Punda. Great shot. 27 HP. Fresh is able to clutch it up when you feel Fun Crew didn't need to have that clutch factor, especially on the bonus. Because now it's Rain to buy, and Fun Crew, once again, it's looking out of hand, and we haven't seen the performance we expect to see out of Andy. 6 and 14. They've been playing it too much Lego Star Wars. He's been collecting too many bricks.
Oh, this is a nice
And it's unfortunate to see right now for Fun Crew, but they need to continue round after round on the trot to find their way back into Haven slowly.
Yeah, I mean, Andy's the Lego Star Wars animal, isn't he? He's the king of it. 1,100 bricks, what did you say the other night?
Yeah, 11 oh, no, he's at the 1,200 out of 13.
1,200, that's insane. My shoe is insane as well with Hunter's Fury finding one, Pundiger another. So it is down to the 4v3. Rain, another good opportunity to try and get around here. They're going to plant deep backside. And Major, a good breakthrough, but Panic on a filthy rotate hold is going to catch out Fletchers for free, and it's all left on Major, but that's a major foot downfall for the Fun Crew, who, after such a hot start to this game, it's worth noting, Tony, a 4-0 start to this game. And now they're losing 10-6. Have only been able to get 2 rounds since that hot start they had. It's looking troublesome, that's to say, and only 1 round on this defensive side.
Yeah, it's very rough right now. You can see that Punda is having a field day, I feel, with this Yoru. He's able to teleport in such deep angles that Fun Crew maybe aren't holding, and you can see 18 and 10. We spoke about my shoes numbers, but Punda, you know, it's debut on the Yoru. I actually haven't seen Punda Yoru in previous games, so it's always good to see. Rocking the duelist well. Normally we see him on the raise. Shorty out for Freshest. Dart comes back sight and scattered. Fun Crew able to cull the weak in this one. Trade back from Elster, but the spike's down in the hands of Fun Crew. They've got guns, and they've got positioning. Rain only 2 left to dink on a Panic. Never find Norson, though.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, Andy.
Oh,
Andy.
okay.
He must have imagined Rain were Lego bricks just then, and just wanted them so badly. The desperation. So does that mean he's only like 100 bricks off totally clocking out the game?
Yeah,
That's insane.
Game's been out like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks.
A month?
Yeah, maybe a month.
The dude's a grinder, I respect it.
Yeah. He needs to start grinding these kills, though. We need more of that from Andy, especially going into the later stage of this half with Rain already at 10. Still plenty of money to buy, of course. You can have a few ultimates as well online for Panic, JTXU, and Exos. This is rough still for Fun.
I mean, this is the Andy we kind of felt like we were promised heading into this game because we're so used to seeing it. But we saw him the other night on Monday. He wasn't really playing that well, and again, kind of struggling to make that breakthrough. And Rain, they're struggling to make a breakthrough onto this B site. Awesome, will hold the angle. Punda just walks straight into it. The spike will fall with him, and that creates all sorts of issues. But they're able to get it for absolutely free and get it out of there. Rain now caught in a very precarious position. Only able to get 1 for the price of 2. Does bring it to that 3v4. Norton is a little bit tagged up, but there's 3 players over towards this B side. They're going to be maniacs to keep pushing this Rain.
Yeah, Norton just re-smoke and reposition Fun Crew. Lock it down at B just with 1 smoke. The presence of that 1 smoke is astronomical. The From the Shadows used by Rain to try and get over towards A as he panic. He's just going to be holding knife out. He's not expecting that Easy's just going to push and take him out. Also has found Norson. Paranoia. One smoke. A second to come up in 3. 2 shrouded
30
steps.
seconds left.
It's already used the ultimate. Doesn't have the spike. It's up in window right now.
I have the spike.
We'll get it. But Yakuza's holding a deep angle towards B, and the other 2 are just scouting for info over at respective longs on the map. Elsnote. Does he check this corner? The only one he doesn't. Yakuza will find the kill. It's 8 now to 10. A little bit closer for Fun Crew going into the later stage.
Good fight back here. It was after I mentioned about how many rounds I just haven't been able to get this string together. Fun Crew, and they've kind of gone, well, we'll prove you wrong. We've got this under control, and they've so far getting the job done. So that's 2 rounds on the trot for them. Rain back on an eco, so another opportunity, potentially one more. And that will get the rifle round back in one more time after that for Rain, and potentially if they can break that, the game could be well within their grasp. You've got everything long term, but Rain, they just, or Fun Crew rather, they seem to be thinking right now, Null Command available to work with for Exas. Panic does have the ultimate as well. Norsen got the From the Shadows, Yakuza, the Empress, and Andy does have the Blade Storm with the Operator. Questions, or caught out by the decoy, and was enough to save the life of Kunda, but it's all falling apart.
1 enemy remaining.
And just like the hit song, How Do You Save a Life, the Fray, it all falls apart here in the Fray on the side of Rain. Fun Crew. Back in form. Where was this to start the half off? Maybe just needed a little bit of a rude shock, needed Rain to really get under the skin before they're able to find it. And you can see Operator out, and he's starting to feel it. 10 to 16 now after such a catastrophic first half and such a catastrophic start to this one. Andy's back in the server and ready to go. Yakuza, Empress, and also from the Shadows, Andy as well, the Blade Storm. Look to be put in play. Rain still have a bye, but if they were to lose this one, Fun Crew, it tilts heavily in their favor.
Oh, and Andy again making that absolute impact kill.
Time to jump.
And it should be no surprise now that Andy's heating up a bit that Fun Crew are starting to get more rounds on the board. It shouldn't be any shock, and Kunda gets out of there. Bit of a debate just for a bit of info, finds it, and now he gets to hold this angle on long. If Major dares to push, they will fall back just a deep long. I understand that it's just not worth losing a life here when you have the numbers advantage available. Can they make a breakthrough once more, Rain, or will they be left in the dust of a Fun Crew who's storming into this one? Yeah, because he even spots out where that dart will be for the info search. I wonder if we'll see Honda making the breakthrough. Again, the decoy Rain's Havoc. They got the good info, or also with a very ambitious swing across the smoke. Lucky he didn't get sprayed down. This is a great opportunity before to see who will make it or break it.
Yeah, Punda might look to break it. This is a great flank that I don't think anybody here for Fun Crew is going to expect. Elsno backside, able to be found, by Yakuza. The tap is on, the fragment is out, shock as well, the post-play util, and Punda on this deep flank. Exus able to take out easy. Mine's found Yakuza. Now it's just Norson. Knows Punda's position now. The recon doesn't actually scout Norson. Will look to tap despite think down to 1 HP and fully finished off by Maishu. 11 rounds to Rain after so many went Fun Crew's way, and it was looking like it was starting to tilt back in their favor. Rain get it done. Such a costly round for Fun Crew.
I mean, this is a very top-heavy leaderboard for Rain, isn't it? Punda and Maishu on 20 and 24 kills respectively. Panic the next closest on 13, whereas a bit more of an even share of the kills coming through for Fun Crew. Andy, he's going to need to make some serious breakthrough. Buys that Operator once more. It was the big flank from Punda shutting down Andy with that Operator on the B side that you felt like kind of broke it out. It created some doubt in the remaining players holding down that side, trying to stop whatever was going on. Wesh just making a good little breakthrough there, and Andy gets another one, so that brings it to that 5v3, and a good start for the Fun Crew as they look to extend this game a little bit further, potentially. I don't think we've seen an overtime so far throughout the first 3 weeks from my memory, which is escaping me, but I don't believe we've seen overtime yet, so maybe tonight's the night.
Actually, we have Haven. It was Fun Crew Sam Fam Fan Club, week 1.
Of course, of course.
It's always Haven. Always Haven bound for overtime. Fun Crew, though, bound for some great picks. Andy will be traded back by my Exodus. Has lurked up over towards A just for the lurk, just for the kill on an Austin. Knife doesn't get the info to Yakuza. Now Mai's having a fight for dear life low and mid. Exodus now doesn't have a hold of the spike or control of it anymore. It's over to Fun Crew. And we find Yakuza.
They know where the spike is. This is going to be so hard.
Absolutely. Spike's back at spawn. Exodus needs to isolate one
30 seconds
duel
left.
after the other. And Punda's like, did you catch that? Sharp flick from Exodus. Jumping up the window, but he's going to be checking the wrong side yet again. Fun Crew. They just seem to read these angles well, and the side of Rain, you can't really doubt them, and you can't really fault them for checking that other position, but Fun Crew, that's 10. Rain, it's 11, but it's broken economy.
This game just feels so close. Well, it was Fun Crew that went to overtime with Sam Fam on this very map back in week 1, as we just said. Potentially they might be looking to do it again, but they'd love to get this wrapped up. If they can get... So they got the opportunity to make it 11-11 here. Win the next round for Rain's rifle. They're back on an eco again, so that makes it 12-11. Potentially able to wrap it up. Fairly dominant fashion. So Rain, if they don't win this round, the next round's probably the most important because they won't get another rifle round for the rest of the game if they can't get it done. Someone's going to be the breakthrough here. I think someone from the Panic, Exodus, and Elster, they need to try and help make a bit of a breakthrough here for Punda and Maya right now. I think they're bearing a lot of this weight to try and get the job done, and it's just... Weight's a bit too heavy, and Yakuza will get one. It's all going pretty crazy right now on A.
And Vandal drops, and Austin feds him. Finds Panic, goes Ghost in the smoke. Paranoia's out, but Elsno. Able to find Norson close range with the classic fragment. Stops it. Paranoia back from the side of Rain. Fun for Andy, but Hunter's Fury might shoot. Funnels it in. Catches easy on the jump up. Able to find the kill, but Fresh, he's lucky he's alive. It's second round. Second last, potentially, of this game for either side. 11-11. A team ace for Fun Crew to get that retake going.
Nice, this was saying the rifle round now coming through for Rain. Punda has the Dimensional Drift. Also from the Shadows, Panic has the ultimate online as well. So between the Neural Theft and the other two ultimates, it should... There's a lot to work with there, but they can't seem to make the breakthrough at the moment. They're not getting... We saw a lot of the same issues with Fun Crew on the attack, but like I said, the team composition's a little bit harder to work with as Andy gets one there, and that's just not what they needed. Of course, one of their top fraggers, Punda, on 20 kills. For him to fall that early in the round is just so tough, and it makes it really hard for them to try and explore some more options when you've got a player so confident and so informed, just not even in the mix for the rest of this round. There's so long left, a minute 15, if you will. And they just kind of seem stuck right now, Rain. Not really sure where to break through. Andy's told his angle, gets another one for free. You don't get it much easier than that, and it is already the 5v3.
Up, drop. Tailwind, sorry. Charge. Shorty.
Oh,
he's going to catch Els. No, he's looking for the ace, but Easy's going to deny it. They'd rather the round, and then maybe rather the map victory. Andy catching Rain lacking. Nobody was expecting the window peek, and that's not what you expect out of Rain. They're normally so vigilant in holding their off angles, in holding their flanks. Fun Crew have match point now on Haven. And of course, we've seen them go overtime once before. And Rain, they've got to buy this one. 3 ultimates. Punda back alive with the Dimensional Drift from the Shadows and the Neural Theft. But Andy, Easy, they've got a few ultimates as well to use.
Who's next?
Well, you must say, I think if Rain can't win this one, they'll be very disappointed with the last couple of results they've had over the last few days. Not too many, you know, it's not taking any dig at them. I just don't think they've quite been able to convert like they should. But this is a great opportunity. Elsno gets one there. So this is the best numbers advantage they've had for quite some time. Andy not able to have a massive impact this time around. They will be able to play back 2 in the window, 1 bottom mid. and shock darts to work with if you don't mind. They need to get on the defuse though. You must say the fragmentation comes through. That shuts down the bomb once more. But Yakuza gets 1-2.
Player
And
standing.
it's all left onto Yakuza, but Panic shuts it down. And oh boy, we're going to overtime again, Tony. Fun Crew once again here on Haven. We'll go to overtime
Switching sides.
twice.
Overtime.
In 3 weeks, end up in the overtime situation here on Havens. Not a place they wanted to be, but a place they'll be happy considering how it went after their 4-0 start. They'll be happy to be back here. You've got to imagine, but they feel, it just feels like they could have closed it out a couple of times, or they had that opportunity just then to close it out, and it just got away from them a little bit too much. Andy wasn't really able to get the mix in that round.
Yeah, overtime. 5k per player, half-charged ultimates. Of course, Fun Crew getting to start the attack side, Rain on the defense. And we saw that's where Rain were really, really solid at holding. Of course, first 4 to Fun Crew. Rain really started to pick it up. Punda and aggressive on this. Yoru does have 2 blind slides to the gate. Crash to use. We'll find easy. A quick pick and an easy teleport out. Spike. Fun Crew playing default and court. Just trying to go for some mid control.
Flash just able to make a bit of a breakthrough there. Taking down Mai. 4v4. Punda's still in the mix, that's a big key. And that's why taking out Andy, a danger man who went from really struggling in this game to 19 to 21 pretty swiftly, taken out of the mix. That's always a key. Precious will get the spike down though in this 3v4. Now needs to hold off the retake. The flash is good from Punda, but he doesn't choose to activate on it. Northern good for 1, brings it to the 3v3 in a big pressure cooker situation now to see who will come out top. Yakuza making the breakthrough. It's all down to Exus and Elso to try and make the breakthrough. They catch Northern on the flank. Precious sits in hell. Yakuza sits up in the crossfire. This could be really good. Yak once stood on his own. Now forced to take on Elso in a 1v1. Precious 2 will come out on top. It will be Precious. Didn't see the cross. Catches Elso sleeping. A 13-12, a big round for the Fun Crew.
Switching sides.
That's kind of what we hope to see, a bit more of on the attacking side, but we never really got the taste of it.
Yeah, it's very much Fun Crew back in full form. It's, again, I've said this time and time again, and it just seems to always happen. Fresh is so key in being a player under the clutch, and 20 and 13 very much keeping Fun Crew into this one. He's been putting up numbers so far. He's been putting up numbers a lot on Fun Crew's games, and you know, the ones they've lost, Fresh just hasn't looked too bad, and of course always a hot prospect to talk about when thinking about this Fun Crew roster. Rain now to the attack, and a very, very slow style of play coming in. Slowest default I've ever seen.
Precious can... You heard noise, but it was just Wanda basically playing silly games with it.
Deploying drone.
Mai gonna drone. Will catch out Andy, forces him away from the line. Oh, Punda. He's in a tricky spot here. He catches off Andy, and that's the side open. That's the danger man down. Forces Yakuza away, and this is a favorable A-side opportunity now coming through for the Fun Crew. Can they capitalize and shut this game? Or can they come back rather and retake this and shut this game out? Or will it be Rain taking us to double overtime? Yakuza is in a very precarious and very good position. Look at the stack over to Sewers.
Yeah, Rain all set. Posted up Sewers. Shock dart. That's a shot from Exus. It's a flash. Bang shot back from Freshers. Make it 2. And the fragment's onto the spike. Easy has found Exus, and they have finally found Panic, but they still have to deal with Mai out in the open. Norson takes the fight. And the fragment doesn't matter. Tactical crouching and everything else. Norson to find 14 and to find Fun Crew the map win. Rain. They came so close. They had so many rounds that were so heavy in their favor. The Fun Crew, you never doubt the old guard, you never doubt the experience, you never doubt the veterans. Fun Crew come out on top 14-12 here on Haven against Rain.
That's right, 14-12 victory to Fun Crew. Of course, they took the first 4 rounds of that map. They took the first 4 rounds of Haven. And then they weren't able to get another one for quite some time. In fact, at one point, it was 10-6. They were down. And they slowly crawled their way back. And you can look at the scoreboard there. Putting the 23 and 18 made a heavy impact, but not enough. My 28 and 16, the scoreboard just a bit too top heavy for Rain tonight. Not able to get across the line. Panic was there. He really started to heat up towards the end. But it was all the Fun Crew. Look at that, the kill split. Very even there between the middle of the leaderboard. Andy, 19. Norsen, 18. Fwesh is 23. He was a key player amongst all this. So it will be Fun Crew running away with this one. Massive matchup, and we'll be excited to see them come through into the finals, the semifinals starting next week. But Tony, you've got to look at Rain. That's a couple of heavy losses now, back to back over the last couple of days, and they're going to need to do a bit of soul searching heading into VOT into the weekend. They've got a lot to look at.
Yeah, it's a lot to look at for Rain, but also Fun Crew, who arguably don't have the easiest of match going to VOT either. Of course, looking at their opponents, Rain as well, looking at their opponents, it's hard to tell how they're going to show up if this is the way. Of course, they've still got a few days to, work out the kinks, work out what went wrong on that last map. But Haven, always a close one against these two teams, always a close one for Rain and Fun Crew in any series they play.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's only our first series of the night. The best of one out of the way. The last best of one these guys will have to play for the rest of this open series. We're heading to best of threes next week. But for now, we still have one more series on the card. Can you believe it? I cannot wait to get stuck into this one. Hey, don't go too far. It's going to be East LA taking on SamFam Fan Club. And that's going to be a big match, you feel. Both teams have struggled a little bit across this open series so far in the tournament, but they can maybe looking to make a bit of a breakthrough tonight and state their claim. So don't go anywhere. Don't touch that browser. We'll be back for some more Open City by XP and, of course, our friends Intel Computer Alliance and Zowie Monitors. So we'll be right back just after a short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, this is the Open Series brought to you by XP, Intel, Computer Alliance, and Zowie. Excited to have you back with us. I got first series out of the way. It was Rain falling in overtime to the Fun Crew, who really stormed their way back into that series, doing an admirable fight from Rain, but just not quite enough. Fun Crew looking way too strong in the overtime situation there. Only doing it in the first overtime, so a really strong showing from them. But now we move on to our second series of the night. Will be SamFam Fan Club taking on East LA, and what is sure to be an exciting best of one. Our last best of one of the Open Series, Tony, before we head into the final series. As you can see there is our lineup, our team versus our upcoming match head-to-head. SamFam Fan Club photo, always nice to look at. Looks nice and pretty. Let's have a look at the rosters. We'll start with SamFam Fan Club. See how they're shaping up heading into tonight. If you're not familiar with this roster, you'll see there it's Mirza on the sub, the Hennessy they're subbing in. But Tony, you're joining alongside me, mate. Take us through the rest of this roster.
It's Element, KZR, and Nivek or Kevin, and of course their final player Deegs. It's going to be interesting to see. SamFam Fan Club, they've had great players. KZR especially has had a wealth of competitive experience at the top level of Counter-Strike and also the top level of Valorant. For the side of the SamFam Fan Club, we've got Ander as well, Element. They've been playing for a very, very long time. Deegs, a ranked demon from what I've heard. Unfortunately, they don't get Mirza for this evening, and it's unfortunate because Mirza's just recently, I believe, joined the Bonkers roster. So being a sub for SamFam, no longer a core member of what makes the SamFam Fan Club great. Of course, KZR and Mirza always been very respectable players to watch. But Element, I'm keen to see maybe some more numbers out of them tonight. We saw a bit of Ender last week in the Omen. I want to see a little bit more.
Yeah, it would be a bit of a concern not having Mirza available to them anymore. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out throughout tonight's matchup. Sure to be an interesting one. Well, let's have a look at the lineup for East LA and what SamFam will be running into. Of course, as I alluded to just before the break, both these teams had a bit of a struggle so far throughout this one, so looking to get it under control this time. Nation will be the sub, Kalashnikov, Delusion, Exempt, Indy, and then Igana wrapping that one out. Igana being a bit of a menace on the Yoru so far throughout this open series, and we just saw what happened in the first series with the Yoru. Can Akana replicate that? Will we see Akana pick the Yoru? Well, I'm excited to see that one and how that takes place. Well, let's have a look at the rosters head-to-head. There you go. You get to see it. Sam Fam, of course, taking on East LA. What's sure to be an exciting bit of a matchup there. Gets the players to watch. You've got to imagine. Kalashnikov has their moments, Tony. They heat up, and I feel like when Kalashnikov and Akana are firing, this game gets really dangerous.
Yeah, and as well, especially when Exempt's firing. I very much like that he's opted to play a little bit more passive, puts Indy onto the duelist, and Exempt can really sit back, play this chamber well with Tour de Forces. Of course, Exempt, a former Jet player himself, so it's not like he's gone very far from sniping ways. And for East LA and Sam Fan Club, as you said, this should be a close match because this is for third place or third seed coming out of the playoffs, of course. And arguably both these teams don't want to be pitting themselves against Rain or Fun Crew. Of course, Fun Crew, I believe, will be their opponent for whoever loses this game. So a lot on the line for both sides just for this best of one.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really get any easier no matter which way you look at it, I suppose. It's not going to be much fun no matter which team you have to come up against. But, we still get to see them in the best of threes heading into next week. But for now, we need to get through this map. So why don't we have a look at what map it is going to be? And let's have a look at the map vetoes heading into this game. It will be, as you can see, they're popping up there. Fracture again, the first one gone. Then Breeze, Haven, Split, Bind. And that takes us to Ascent. So a different map to this time around. Haven not making it through. Icebox nearly made it right till the end, but it will be Ascent we're going to end up, and it will be East LA starting on the defensive side, seeing what they can get done there. Tony, Ascent, we've seen it a bit throughout this open series. What are your thoughts heading into this one? Who do you think this really fits better?
I feel it favors East LA. I've seen a bit of their Ascent recently. Of course, we've seen Akana as well on the Yoru on this map especially, so it'll be interesting to see of course, starting that defense side, whether it kind of opts for the Yoru or whether they opt for the Omen like normal. For the side of East LA, they've been struggling to put wins together. I have to say, East LA, it came so close in so many games and so many series, but it crumbles apart at the end of the day. Ascent, arguably, though, one of their best maps in terms of statistics. Sam Fan Club, I'm not quite sure. Actually, I hate to admit, but I'm not sure about their Ascent. I haven't seen all too much of it.
Yes, I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Be looking out for what, as we said at the start of the card, at the top of the broadcast, that Fade is available. So will we see it this time around, or will we just go for your traditional Sova pick? A bit interesting. I'm excited to see how that one shapes up, as we just went to go load in, but we had a little bit of a server issue. Hopefully we'll just restart that one and get ourselves organized. So not too far away, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. It will be Ascent, a big map coming up. Of course, we do need to thank our lovely, lovely sponsors, Computer Alliance, Intel. Checked out the new Intel processors. Of course, they are bringing that prize pool to us. In fact, while we've got a bit of a chance here, let's have a look at, again, to review that prize pool and look at what these teams are playing for. I believe it will be a $2,000 prize pool with first. They get to take away a big $1,000 potentially. Looking, they could, with $1,000, Tony, you could maybe buy a new Intel processor, buy something fun like that. Or it could be, whatever, buy a new Zowie monitor. But it will be $1,000 for first place, second $500, third $300, fourth $200. So everybody's a winner here at the Intel XP Open, of course, with Computer Alliance and Zowie as well. Great sponsors. Tony, what would you do with $1,000?
It's hard to tell. I definitely cop a Zowie monitor. You were, of course, gassing them up over the course of that weekend that we saw another LAN happen for a different game. And, I've always wanted a Zowie monitor. They always look so great in the ads. They always look so crisp in the colors. And I have to say, definitely a Zowie monitor would be first on my agenda. Then I'd have to go for an Intel processor for sure.
Yeah, so a couple of different options there. Of course, I know, Tony, you've said you're yearning for a PC upgrade. So maybe maybe next season we'll see you in the Intel XP Open playing for that big $1,000. Of course, you and I have played in a little cheeky tournament before. We went okay.
Not too bad.
I clutched up. I did a bit of a clutch.
Yeah.
Did it on this map. I did it on Ascent. So, still a goofy mood type stuff. Will we see some clutch moments this time around from East LA and Fam Club? Will be Indy locking in the chamber straight away. Spakinda locking in that Jet KZR on the chamber as well. I thought Kalashnikov was hovering over that fade just for a moment. I thought maybe, just maybe, but not to be, unfortunately, as we still just wait for this one to get underway.
Yeah, it's interesting to look at. Samfam opting for some quick lock-ins. I'm not quite sure who's Shion and who's Smo. Of course, we're just going to call them by what we see in front of us. East LA, waiting to see what they opt to lock in. Akana is hovering that Yoru. I'm very interested to see him lock in. Delusion, of course, is Sova, except KO. Pretty stock standard Kalashnikov.
Select your agent.
Viper? Yeah, no, I didn't think Viper was going to be the play. Omen going to be locked in by Kalashnikov as we wait for the last three East LA players. But you can see the comp might be a mirror one, all by the Yoru.
Rockins coming through. Will be Delusion on the Sova, Ikana on that Yoru, like we said. Becoming a bit of a staple for Ikana to run Yoru on Ascend, isn't it? A bit of a, we said it was a bit of an easy, a bit of an odd pick, but it seems to be working. Shion on that KO. Of course, double KOs, double Sova. Yeah, team composition's looking very, very similar. All bar the Kana on the Yoru. Smakinder opting in for that Jet. Probably the key difference. But we've seen a Kana on those A-side takes with the Yoru looking really strong. So potentially a big threat. And look for them to target that A-side. They have looked strong when they do look to take the A-side, East LA. And Yoru really, I guess you could say Yoru is probably more geared toward an A-side take rather than the B-side take, just with his gear set of abilities and whatnot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We go now, live into Ascent. Going to be Shion and KO. Because last time we saw Shion, I believe, was on a duelist. KO not far, though. Of course, you've got the ability to pop flash yourself in and then go for an aggressive peek. For the side, though, of Samfam Fan Club, they get to start the attack. He's to lead the defense, and it's going to be hard, I feel, for Akana to get off to a good start, especially on this defense side with the Yoru.
Yeah, well, round one about to get underway. It will be, of course, East LA taking on the Samfam Fam Club, and a bit of an interesting Omen smoke there. Just allows East LA a bit of room to move, and Indy can't connect. And says that's enough of that. I'm going to fall back to the site, and so they do. But a lot of mid control now coming through for the Samfam Fam Club. Exam rating right there alongside Kalashnikov. That could get really troublesome as, Delusion. Ooh. Oh, man, that is an incredible little one-tap there, swinging, getting one. And now they look to continue to work themselves towards this B site to see if they can break over the decoy. Able to fool an Exempt coming through.
You can see now he's still late. They put all their eggs in for the defense basket. Smokinder able to take out Indy on the drop on into the site, but Akana with a perfect tap, able to get the dink, able to get the wallbangs through because that dart is so perfectly placed. The knife from Kalashnikov on the element, and Akana takes out Shion. What just happened for East LA? It was a beautiful retake, and I'm curious to see how Kalashnikov got that knife. That was the crazy start. That's his first kill, and so much money already picked up by Kalashnikov.
That big round in the board there for East LA, making nearly impact, of course, on the defensive side. Samfam really never looked like they were in danger of making a significant breakthrough in that round. I think it's fair to say. There'll be Shion floating over towards this B side, and the rest of the team stacking over towards A. And that, you can see that on the map there, that Yoru teleport set up. Oh, the swing comes through. And Shion leaves it all alone. The flash was good, but not good enough, and allows the players to get away. Now they start to creep their way towards this A side. It will be Kalashnikov waiting in wine with that Marshall, just ready to cash in on anyone that would dare even think about pushing. Seems to be that Smakinder might be a little bit aware of it. The flash is good and allows an opportunity for Kalashnikov to swing. And now can just creep their way back into main, easy as you like, and creates a whole heap of doubt in the minds of the Samfam Fam Club. I'm not really sure where to look as they try to take this A main control.
Now you can see Akana, right, close angle. Head onto the shots, not landing from KZR. Akana to pick that one up. Exempt might need to keep the gun out because there's two players swinging him. Kalashnikov takes Shion over towards middle. But they have given up at Sheriff over to the side of Samfam Fan Club, looking to walk through the smoke as Akana. We're going to hold that Spectre where it is. Element Spot on the
Spike
wide of
down
that
A.
smoke, and Ender
30 seconds left.
spike down in 30 seconds. Needs to be cautious of this flank coming in from Indy. Fake out, baited, Ender shot on a Kalashnikov, able to flick to Ikana, able to pull the Spectre out at long range. Indy almost choked it. The shot lands to Ender, second round East LA, but they didn't need to lose so many members there.
2-0. Good start, but yeah, like you said, didn't need to lose that many members. Should never have ended up like that. But they still win the round. The number tally goes up a little bit further, but they continue to need to press the case and move forward a little bit more. The rifles coming out for Sam right now. Need to win this round, you'd have to imagine. Otherwise, it just opens the door for that economy of East LA to get a little bit bigger, grow a little bit more. They fake the orb, looking for a bit of a swing. They won't find it. Kalashnikov in a very aggressive on those bullets from KCR. Just shave the shoulder of Kalashnikov, and he now punishes KCR for it. That's a tilting way to go down, making it the 5v4. They continue to try and work their way out. Indy gets one, but not able to teleport out.
That's unfortunate. There goes fortunate still. The man advantage here for East LA. Paranoia to come. It's Kalashnikov to swing through. Expecting the dash up, but Kana's actually going to be taken out by Smokinder. And now you can see the side of East LA need to batten down the hatches. Kalashnikov hits them all as they cross to the site. Perfect spray, perfect aim, Kalashnikov. That's what you want to see. 7-1 on the scoreline, 3-0 here for East LA.
Well, what a round for Kalashnikov. You know, I said at the top of the cast that I thought they might be a bit of a danger. If he can get going, it's really hard to break through. And Kalashnikov getting it done. 7-1 to start this game, as easy as you like. The kills are just coming free flowing at this point. Delusion exempt, only on the 1 kill. KZR yet to get on the board. So close to getting one that last round, but just wasn't able to connect on Kalashnikov through the smoke, and then ended up getting punished for it. And now they set up for a bit of a mid push here to try and make some breakthrough. They got a Vandal, no armor, a couple of sheriffs, a couple of marshals. They're getting all this map control, but it doesn't seem like they're able to win those duels that convert at the moment, and that's just going to hurt them every day of the week. At this current point in time, Delusion, Shock Dart, far from desirable, catching the top of that fence. It's a bit of a patient game now. Samfam looking very lost in space here in mid, you have to say. Not able to take any sort of map control. They just don't have the guns to do it, and they seem a bit hesitant to push. They understand they can't let these rounds get too far away from them. But, you know, with the guns they've got, this will always be a tough task. And Kalashnikov is waiting there with the paranoia flash too, and pushes on his teammate's flash. And now they just play the waiting game here outside of tree room, ready for some sort of push to come through. Oh, Shion is dancing with death, gets paranoid by his own teammate.
The spray comes through. Zembo with the flash, able to sing Dimensional Drift to Kana. Back to sight, back to A main, he goes. KCR trying to find the shots. Delusion spraying wildly with that Vandal. It's not the most accurate of spray from Delusion. He gets it on the pistol. And DJ spin the tracks. LA, East LA have found a 4th. But again, not having to lose all these guns. East LA just getting so greedy for these picks.
Need help.
It's LA looking strong right now, really able to shut down any sort of push that comes through, but the test will really come through once again when the rifles come out. And their buy's looking very favorable. They're able to get rid of those Spectres and just go purely rifles from here on out. At the moment, I can't see how Samfam are going to make the breakthrough. They seem very hesitant, and East LA are just feeling so confident, capitalizing on any opportunity, just like that one. Followed the decoy out, did a Kana, and he's now might be a bit of trapped here. Oh, and KZR and are able to get one. KZR able to get a couple. Now tagged up, trapped behind the staircase. Indy looking to get one there as Kalashnikov provides a bit of backup, and that's beautiful teamwork, you have to say. That's a beautiful unlock from the shadows to be able to pick up the spike, Tony. It's just so diverse. It just creates such an opportunity to break the round wide open.
That's a great TP, and now it's end up. Forced paranoia, maybe. But a swing from the double up of East LA. And it's another round to their board 5. This is why you had them pegged as the better team on this map of Ascent. Of course, we haven't seen SamFam play this at all, statistically, in this XP tournament so far. Kalashnikov having a ripper of a start to Ascent. 9-2 from the Shadow online. Tour de Force, Null Command 2. Oh, inside of SamFam. I've got a few ultimates as well.
This is not looking good for SamFam. They had an opportunity there. They seem to be struggling to create the opportunities at the
You
moment.
want to play? Let's play.
And they get an opportunity once again. KZR popping that 2 to 4s. Look at the stacking aim, man. Oh, the drone. Oh, gets one. And KZR there to collect one, and that gun will be recoverable. You can't imagine. Oh, exempt there, gets one, knows there's another, can't connect and take down, already 4v2. The games continue to tumble for the SamFam fan club.
Well, Shock Dart comes out, KZR Tour de Force. Because side of East LA, they don't have to swing into anything major. They can hold for flanks. They can push them too. You can see getting so deep is the KO. Element. Hunter's Fury. Could look to cover an angle or two. Well, KZR holds the flank. Element. Just avoiding that dart. 30-something seconds on the clock here.
30 seconds left.
SamFam, how do they approach this A site? They're kind of locked into going this position. They can't rotate out towards B because Indy's holding the flank. High angle for Kalashnikov. Walkout shot Tour de Force. Doesn't land this time. Flick wasn't too crisp from KZR this time. 6-0 start for East LA on Ascent.
My, this is a very hot start, but I've commentated too many games, Tony, where I've seen these 6-0 starts and the wheels come off very quickly, so I'm not biting my tongue just yet for East LA. I just want to see what SamFam have to offer on the defensive side. But for now, I need to see a bit more on this attacking side. Probably feeling, if I'm SamFam right now, I'm feeling a bit stuck, but that's a good little break open there from Smakinda taking out Indy. They still have 2 more members here in Akana and Delusion to deal with here over towards the B site. Smakinda going to let that dash start to work the way down. That's a good fragmentation grenade. Shuts down the staircase for a little while, but they're not going to capitalize on it. That draws out the null command, and that might be just enough to force the rotation and to start to work their way through the tree room. Delusion walking into that shock dart, very ambitious, and gets caught out. So this was a great opportunity now. SamFam Fam Club 5v3.
Again, it's all from East LA. Over pushing. You can see Kalashnikov as well getting deep. He will be able to smoke off the trademark, so I don't think the side of SamFam are going to expect Kalash so deep. He's heard the footsteps up long from Smoke Hinder. He has spotted it. Kalashnikov is rotated. KZR takes one in spawn. That's a kind of dropped. Only 2 players left for East LA. Kalashnikov over towards A main.
Planted.
He's smoked off. Paranoia, one smoke available, but East LA, you're going to have to use both of their flashes, both of their util. Both of their players need to swing together. Paranoia smoked to the door. Exempt is looking to come out from heaven. The shot starting to land from Kalashnikov towards the back gen player. The shot to land from Ender. Perfect warming to find SamFam Fan Club their first round.
So good fight back. Like I said, at East LA, they had such a dominant start. I've seen too many times where this has come all unstuck from a 6-0 start. That's a good start for SamFam now. Able to buy into another one, but the buyer looking strong here for East LA. They will come through time, and probably it's going to be a bit of a relentless buy. They'll buy through again into the next one if they lose again. So it looks really good from them. And from the shadows available for Kalashnikov. Indy with a 2 to Force. Element has the Hunter's Fury. Shion with the null command. So a little bit to work with there. So things looking okay here for Sam Fam as they search for that second one, but that doesn't look good. Indy getting it done with a clean headshot on Samikinda, one of their top fraggers so far throughout this game, as Anders starts to work his way over towards this other site where the one-way gets a kill.
Silence.
That's great. One way. You can see Sam Fim a little bit scattered to their approach. Here's going to be Shion. Element outside of being main Hunters. Fury. Try to clear the site, but Delusion's playing nowhere near. Neither is Akana. Akana going to be holding for the potential B main rush once it comes. Dart doesn't scout Delusion. It does spot Akana. And flash out the open. Akana taken out completely. You now see East LA. Road seat over.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I got confused. I got my omens confused. The mini map had my eyes fooled. I need to get new glasses, it would seem. But you know what doesn't need new glasses? This push from Samfam over towards the A side, but will they expect Indy waiting there with the Vandal? This could be a free one. They plant behind Jen.
10 seconds left.
Oh, he's able just to push and swing and get one, get two. Indy all alone to just defuse this spike. It's going to be KZR dashing through into the heaven. They're not... Hello? They hear him now. They finally hear him spray it down. Pulls him away. It's a save round. That's a 7th round for the East LA. Good recovery.
Hey, you know what came in clutch? Kalashnikov. Paranoia. Back of Gen. They got both players blind, and they were both expecting the drop to come from heaven off of that Paranoia, but little did they know. There was a little flank boy coming through. 7-1, as he said. Very strong start for East LA. The most dominant I've actually seen them in terms of their performance recently. Of course, East LA, we said they struggle in some of these maps against some of these teams, and Ascent seems to be their home, and 7-1 seems to be the way they want to start.
So McKenna going to shut that market door. No one home on the B side. Ghana, well, he just breaks it open once again. And now there's actually no one on the B side for Samfam either, as Exempt claims one, but Ander gets himself onto the site. No spike available, though. That's still coming back through the attacker's spawn. And a lot of pressure here on Ander to hold it down, but won't be able to get it done. And that just makes Element do a full 180 and go back the other way. He's going to head towards the B side.
Heading over. East LA. It's Delusion. Catching out Element. Shion. Flash a spawn. Akana. Kalashnikov. We're taking the range fights. Blindside. And Akana finds the kill. Gate crash. Just for a bit of style points at the end. East LA finding another round. A little bit expensive. So a few players forced to reinvest. But because Samfam starting to run dry the economy. Able to buy this one, but if they were to lose this one, East LA, you sure would find 10. Yeah,
it's been a bit of a bloodbath so far throughout this game. Samfam only able to get the one round. That was when it was 6-0. They were able to get to 6-1. And I thought just maybe, well, that's not good for Indy. I was not really sure what the thinking or the thought process where Kalashnikov knows they're in mid. Oh, tries to swing out. KZR catches one. Exempt good for one as well. So it is the 3v4. An opportunity here for Exempt though to clutch up and get it done. Oh, sees the head, gets one.
Ooh, a second from Exempt to the third. Make it a few. Kana will be traded back. Flash out from Exempt. Looking to swing. Looking for the ace maybe. Runs out of bullets. The ace is still on if they can get the res. But Delusion has to win the fight. It's a 1v1 against Ander. Has the res to bait and the swing out. The open Ander clutches it up for a second when Samfam need it most. And I don't think that was the play. Peeking 1-by-1 to Ander. Second round Samfam, and they're looking a little bit better going into the last few of this half.
Looking better indeed. That was a good round. Looked far better. Nearly came unstuck from the wheels. Were looking very shaky there just for a minute, but they got it under control. And Indy now looking for a bit more of an ambitious player. The operator peak in B main. Will have an opportunity to cash in if he's sharp enough. But the flash is good. That's good clearance. Good utility usage there from Shion. But Indy lays him flat. Delusion gets another one. And it's down to the 5v3 already. And East LA, they recover quickly after losing that last round, just like they did after they lost their first one. But it does provide an opportunity now for SamFam to get onto this B site, but they look the wrong way. And Ikana will get one. Spikinder able to trade it out. Brings it to the 4v2. A lot of work left here. Even try and get out of B.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Shot from Indy. Yeah, a lot of work to get out of the site. Get into it even. This is going to be the shot. Zemp takes out Element 9 to East LA.
Last round in
And
the
finally
half.
the economy broke in the last round of the half. And SamFam fan club. Well, they don't got a lot right now, do they, Charisma?
Not a lot going for them. They've struggled to make the breakthrough. Potentially it's a different story on the defensive side, but just not really sure where it's coming from at the moment. There's no real standout performers for them, for me, or else cover an exempt. Mine have just been crucial with their utility usage. I think Shion's been really good with the flashes, but it's, oh, look at this intel from the dimensional drift. Just clears out and puts questions and shadows of doubt. All these players mind and Ikana, he just gets out of there. Clever Clay and makes Vikinda waste that dash, but Indy is all the way on the flank. If they choose to go back, they're just going to cop an absolute... Oh! Indy, get your gun out, sir! Will be shut down by Shion. They don't come much freer than that, Tony, so it is the 5v4, an opportunity for SamFam to get it to a 9-3, potentially the 9-3 curse come into play.
Ooh, Kalashnikov. That's a shot. Hinder taken out. Delusion. Takes out
Spike
Smoke
down
Hinder.
mid.
No one's able to take out Delusion, though. Quick trade. Shion flash, KZR, Shion. Able to take out Kalashnikov in 2v2. Both KOs still aligned, but arguably the flashes favor East LA. Gonna play one aside. Pull the force out for KZR. 5 bullets. The full clip in the chamber. Pull the chamber. And you can see
30
seconds. Gonna go for a slow A take potentially. Trademark? So it was market cross. In 20 seconds, they're actually looking to go B. And Exempt's gonna have to hold on.
We'll need a push. They're gonna have... It might just be the players seeing backside here is enough just to waste the time, Exempt. They don't even have enough time to plant. All he has to do is just get a bullet on. KZR will try to plant. I think he's just a touch too late. Oh, gets it down.
Player standing.
Woo!
It's the no-scope with the 2 and 4s. He might be able to get the res here if it kind of allows it. Well, I don't think that's even in his thought
Player
process.
standing.
Oh, Exempt will eventually take out Shion, of course, thanks to that. Oh, and it kind of creeps up down the side and then gets the kill there. That will be 10-2 half and an impressive showing from East LA. Coming out of the gates swinging here in the first half of Ascent and not looking very good whatsoever for the SamFam fan club.
Switching sides.
A great fake out there from Akana. I believe in the Akana supremacy. Very strong individual player, I have to say, and especially since joining this East LA roster. Akana's built nothing but a reputation of being a sharp player. East LA, sharp game from them so far. 10-2 in that first half. They now go to attack, and arguably the Yoru just powers up astronomically going into the second half, especially the teleports you're able to do, with the fakes you're able to do, the flashes you're able to toss. Play teammates enter a sight. SamFam, this is the most we've seen at a deficit from them. They have a tendency to play a lot of close games, but Ascent just seems to not be in their repertoire.
Oh, and already a bit of fight there on short. Exempt good for one. Now they'll just diverge on that Sheriff, not able to shoot quick enough. Delusion gets one in mid, and East LA getting it done nice and swiftly here. They want to get to bed, it seems, Tony. Potentially just get back to the rank queues. Who knows? Kalashnikov gets another one. That's all left on Element with the classic to try and get a bit of clutch happening.
Yeah, it's a rough one. 5 players alive, 2 of course with low HPs, but 5 individual duels to isolate, and East LA just playing together, playing crosses. I just don't see it possible. Door and window still in the way.
Silence.
Element at least able to find Exempts. It's a frenzy picked up. And Kalashnikov drops the Sheriff. Expensive pistol. The round will still go to East LA. They'll take it. They'll get the money for winning the round. But Element looking to strike fear into the hearts. Yeah, another. Oh my god, the ace! But not the round. Element able to find 5 individual 1v1s.
Yeah, it dies to the spike as well. It's better for the economy, hurts nobody type wave. You know how it is. So a good round. A good round indeed. Now, can Element replicate that? But this time before the round is gone. That might just be enough, but 11, only 2 away from cleaning this game up and getting it over and done with for East LA, looking really strong there in the first pistol round before they got a bit silly and started to chase that kill.
Standing ahead.
Element takes an ace regardless, surely. Like, if you put that on your resume, that ace? Surely.
I'd take it. Element, frenzy ace. Put in the montage. Kalashnikov. Quick little shot, and as you can see, 17-8 still on the scoreboard. The Sam Fam fan club. You need to hold down this A site.
Shutting them down.
And they do look to push on to the A site there. So McKinder holding with the Spectre, it's not going to be enough. They start to get a bit of site control now. Again, KZR will be caught out by Indy, waiting for that rotate to do. It's all left on Element, who again is forced into a very tricky position with 19 HP with the Spectre. Gets another one. This man is a late round demon. Gets another kill. Now they know where he is. 19 HP, forced to try and work his way out of heaven with a Spectre. Might just opt in for a save, or he wants the ace. He needs it. Give the man another ace, surely, boys. Come on now. Give it to him. He needs it. He looks to push out of heaven, and they're just playing games with him. They're just going to waste his time. They're gone. They're not giving it to him this time. No ace for Element again after he did it. The pistol round Delusion will just run through B main, or A main rather, and that's the end of another round. 12-2 on the scoreline, and we are 1 away from wrapping this one up.
Yeah, East LA seem to really want that 3rd place seed. They'll have to take on Rain if they are able to pick it up. And well, Sam Fam to take on Fun Crew, the team they actually beat. The only game that Sam Fam have won so far. And it was against Fun Crew, the team that finished the top of the group at the moment. He's still, as you said, 1 away from the win. Straight to the Spectres, Guardians, Vandals. Early fragment, early fake out from Akana. Early flash fragment, Shield's looking to peek, but East LA is just going to jiggle it and bait it. Play default and wait for the peeks, because Sam Fam, they have to get ambitious.
Well, it's the 5v4. LA looking to wrap this one up. Spakinda good for one there with the Bulldog. Shutting down one. Element good for another. So this is a numbers advantage opportunity here for East LA. Indy working their way up mid. Spakinda could be in trouble here. Will be in trouble, but could get killed from Bookanda there to back up. Getting another one. And Kalashnikov with a very cheeky teleport. Get good for one. Now he's forced to take out these last 2 members. Edge of the door. There! They break it down very quickly. Kalashnikov will dodge that one, but wide swings, takes down one, but Ander there to provide backup to another teammate. A 3rd round for the Sam Fam Fan Club.
Yeah, third for Sam Fam, finally. Grace with the number 3, but I use Grace with the numbers. Kalashnikov, 20 and 10 on this Omen. A performance for the ages, Chris. We're not every day you get to see Kalashnikov up the top.
That's certainly exciting to see. Up the top of the leaderboard, getting involved in it all. He's such a great performer for this team. And it's the performances like this that show why. Normally a great utility user, but great in all areas so far tonight. East LA, again, have an opportunity to wrap it up. They have ample opportunities to try and get it done, but how long it will take will be another story. And good for one, and it won't get a second, but plenty of comrades there to provide the backup. Shion holding the tight angle there. Might just use that fragmentation. Kalashnikov, hello. Just comes running out and will be shut down, so it's all left on the last 2 members. Low HP, the fragmentation, enough to shut Delusion off from any sort of escape. And he's in a world of hurt. You have to imagine this could be the beginning of the end for him, and he will be taken down. All left on Exempt, who will get one. Still winnable, that's for certain. Don't worry about the dart, holds the angle, so McKinder shuts it down.
Waking up. Fighting 4. Maybe Sam Fam. A slow trot for an overtime potentially. Of course, they'll need to win 8 in a row. East LA to a bye. Judge out Kalashnikov from the shadows. Null command. Nakano with dimensional drift. All the info gathering for East LA. Especially with Illusion on the Sova. East LA, they're grouping up 5 stacked outside of B. On the side of Sam Fam, they're going to have to deal with this dimensional drift. Akana's just forced it so deep into the site. It's pinging up KZR. He knows there's a player in the back of the boathouse. Decides to take the teleport anyway. Quick pick once again for Element, but incoming is still ready to trade it. LA means later. Delusion's gone. Kalashnikov and Fragment takes Element. And now it's stand-up. The site exploded open by the side of East LA. Paranoia 1 smoke, 2 shrouded steps, full armor. Phantom and a 1v3.
Yeah, I think this might be the end of our journey for Stanfair Fam Club. It's all left on Mr. Ander, trying to navigate his way out here onto the site. Be very tricky. Try and get it done. Ander good for 1. Ander won't get a second, and it will be Exempt wrapping that one up. That is going to be the end of that story for Sam Fam. They tried to fight it back. They tried to get it done, but just not to be. That's the end of our journey. And that's the end of the group stages of the XP Open Series. Sam Fam Fam Club falling to a very dominant East LA, taking a 13-4 victory in that one, and never really looked like losing it. You have to say, Tony, a really, really strong performance from them. So that's going to be the end. As we do look there, you see the score. If we have a bit of the scoreboard, we can reflect on some of the kills that were. And just, there it is. 19 for Exempt. Kalashnikov 21 and 11. Really strong performance from them. Element tried to get something going. Of course, it did come down to that 4K and that ace in the one of the few last rounds of the game. And then Svikinda 10. But yeah, standout performance. It has to be Kalashnikov. You have to look at that one and go, yeah, that was a really impressive performance all around, I think. 4 first bloods were really strong.
Yeah, it went from strength to strength each round for Kalashnikov, and I have to say, definitely the pistol, the second round, just elevated Kalashnikov's confidence, and that's what you want to see. Kalashnikov's always a player that's been very hit and miss as of late. When he has his rough games, it's definitely showing in the East LA scoreboard, but as you see, when he's on, East LA are on 13-4, a dominant game and 3rd seed claimed going into the playoffs.
That's right. And so now they get that 3rd seed. They will be taking on East LA. They'll be taking on Reign next week in the semifinals. And then we'll be getting, it'll be Fun Crew taking on the Sam Fam Fan Club, and which should be another tough matchup for Sam Fam. It doesn't get much easier, fortunately. As we do wrap up tonight, I think we're just getting the leaderboard ready for one last reflection. There we go. I'm getting struggled with it. It's getting late, Tony. You know how it is. One last reflection on the group stages and how we've come. But of course, we do need to thank our lovely, lovely sponsors. XP running the tournament. Then we've got Computer Alliance, Intel, for their brand new processors. Make sure you go check them out. Maybe pick them up from Computer Alliance and then get yourself a Zowie monitor. Tony, you're right. I have been raving on about them. I love these monitors. I think they're absolutely terrific. As we do get the standings coming up, to have a look at those leaderboards, Tony, as a bit of a walk down memory lane.
Walk down memory lane. My memory's a bit shot about week 2. I believe it was Fun Crew and Rain, very dominant. Of course, second week games from them. 13-4s on both, of course, from Rain and Fun Crew. But week 1, going all the way back, it was a close 14-12 Sam Fam Fan Club and 13-11 East LA. Well, they fell in weeks 1 and for the side of Rain and Fun Crew, just got better and better as the weeks progressed. Of course, eventually they had to face each other here at week 3. That's why they're at that 2-1 mark. Haven looked a little bit close. Rain could have done it if just a few more rounds went their way. But Fun Crew, of course, coming out on top, undefeated. Not what I was expecting, especially given some of their shaky performances so far.
Yeah, look really strong there. Fun Crew, of course, as you said, they have looked shaky, but they're able to get it done. Rain, a little disappointed with how they finished this week off and how they played their game the other night. I just think they're a stronger side than that, but it's all part of the growing pains, I guess, you get with this sort of roster. So excited to see their growth still. As we look at the match schedule, it's been Rain. They went down 12-14, as I just said, to Fun Crew, and then it was dominant from East LA, 13-4 victory. Never really looked like losing that one. So a good win for both sides. They're going to be happy heading in to the finals starting tomorrow. We will have one stream on the broadcast with you and I, Tony, and then there'll be another one on a stag stream. So there'll be no casters available, but you'll be still able to catch all the action for both our games. It will be East LA taking on Rain, and then Fun Crew taking on the Sam Fam Fab Club. So sure to be an exciting series. Tony, any last thoughts before we get out of here tonight?
It's going to be interesting because now we go to BO3s, and really, as you said at the top of the broadcast, we test where these teams' loyalties lie. Of course, how far they can go in the distance, because of course, just the best of 1. But a lot of these teams have the experience of the best of 3. So I feel like it's not going to be as rough as we'd expect, of course, coming into their games. Hopefully they're warmed up and ready to go, and should be some banger matches for playoffs, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. So should be some banger matches on the way. So make sure you're back here next Wednesday night for some more Intel XP Open Series brought to you by our good friends XP, Intel, Computer Alliance, and Zowie. It's sure to be an exciting time. But on behalf of myself, Charisma, and 2Tap Tony, we bid you farewell. We hope you have a lovely rest of your night. Stay safe, look after one another. We'll see you next time for some more Valorant action. Have a lovely rest of your night. Take care of each other.
Gaming monitor. Zowie. Strive for perfection. Focus on winning.